Good morning. For today's Sunday story, I wanted to read you maybe one of the most famous stories of the Bible, besides Easter or Christmas story, and that is the story of the Good Samaritan. And you may have heard this one before. This is a parable that Jesus used to teach a lesson, but I think it's good to read over and over again because it has a really good moral for us and we can learn a lot from it. So today I am reading from the Spark Story Bible. This is the Bible we used in a lot of our Sunday school lessons. But if you want to find this story in your own Bible, you can find it in Luke chapter 10, verses 25 through 37. A clever man who thought he knew all the rules for living God's way asked Jesus a question. He wanted to see if he could trick Jesus into giving the wrong answer. "Teacher," he said, "what must I do to live forever with God?" Jesus asked another question. "What do the commandments say?" The man answered, "The commandments say you should love God with everything you have, and you should love your neighbor as much as you love yourself." Jesus replied, "That's the right answer. Live like this and you'll live with God forever." "So, Jesus," the man continued, "who's my neighbor?" Jesus answered the question with a story. A man was traveling down a scary and rocky road by himself. All of a sudden, a group of men jumped out. They stole his money and hurt him, leaving him by the side of the road. He moaned and groaned in pain. He couldn't get up. A little while later, a priest was going down the road. He saw the hurt man and passed by him on the opposite side of the road. Later, another man came along and passed on the other side of the road too. When a Samaritan came along and saw that the man was hurt, he stopped to help him. A tear ran down the Samaritan's cheek as he bent down to help the hurt man. He put bandages on the man's cuts. The Samaritan huffed and puffed as he tried to lift the man onto his donkey. He took the man to the nearest inn and put him in a room. He took care of him for the rest of that day. The next day, the Samaritan had to leave for a few days. He paid the innkeeper to take care of the hurt man. The Samaritan promised to return and pay the innkeeper any more money that was needed to care for the man. He wanted the hurt man to get better. After Jesus finished the story, he asked the clever man, which of the three men was a neighbor to the man who was hurt? The man replied, "The one who stopped to help him." Jesus told him, God wants us to help everyone. People of every size, shape, and color, and from every country are important to God. Now go and be like the Samaritan and help everyone who needs help. How would you have felt if you were hurt and no one stopped to help you? So the first man, the priest, he was a really religious man, and even he didn't stop to help this man. The second man was a Levite, and he was also very religious, and he just went on the other side of the road and around him and didn't even stop to help. And the third man was a Samaritan. And at that time, Samaritans and Jews did not get along. They did not like each other. So the fact that the Samaritan went over and helped this man on the side of the road was a pretty big deal. And he didn't just check on him and say, "Hey man, are you okay?" He cleaned his wounds. He took him to an inn. He paid for him to stay there. He did everything he could to help this man be okay. So if we can learn anything from this story, it's that we should always go out of our way to show kindness to each other. So even if it's someone that you don't normally get along with, maybe sometimes they really need your help, and a little kindness could really go a long way with them. So I hope you enjoyed this story and you will find a way to show some kindness to someone that is unexpected this week. Okay, thanks for joining me. Bye.